Good afternoon. Congratulations on hiring the Cymru camper Crafty Crafter. A little video this afternoon to go through some of the key features on our hire van to hopefully try and make your adventure as effortless as possible. So we'll start in the rear, where the first matter of course will be energizing or powering up the camper. So in here is our power station. So with this you've got a nice little readout on the display up here, so you can see that we've got power coming in at 0 at the moment, your total percentage at 97%, it's terrible, sorry about the reflection, and what you're actually consuming at the moment as well. So to turn the power station on, you start off by pressing and holding the power button, and then to turn on all of your 12 volts, so your fridge, your lights and all the other bits and bobs, you press this DC button just by here. And then when you do want to get adventurous and start using the induction hob, the air fryer and anything with basically a 3-pin plug, you need to turn on the AC button for that. So at the moment now you can see we've got the DC and the AC all turned on, and that's essentially all the electrics that you need to do. To the side we have got what you would have noticed or seen in your house. So this is a consumer unit, so when you're on hookup, if there is any problem with the power coming in, this will trip, so you'll just need to pop in here to reset that, and you've got your hookup lead just by here. So now looking around the van, you can see that you've got your 240 socket here, your cigarette socket, and also some USB and USB-Cs. Looking at the other side, this is where our boiler is housed. So in here we've got your shower tap, and this is your exterior shower. So that connects, so we'll just flip up this latch here, pop in our nozzle, and once the boiler is on, you'll have hot water, but until then you've just got the cold water coming out from by here. And as you hear that noise, because you've got the hot water, you've got a water pump. So this is your kill switch for the pumps. If you do run out of water, or that you just don't want the water to be pressurised or flowing in the van, you can turn that off just by here. But as standard, that will always be set to the on position. So it's exterior shower and your water setup. So under there it says your boiler and your hot air, so it sucks the air in through this pipe by here and comes out of the 2 black holes over by there. So that's your hot air and hot water system. Then we've got our lovely 360 swiveling table. So with that it can be positioned different heights and in different places of the van to suit you better. And then you've got your lovely lounge area with seating. We've got LED strip lights then under each overhead locker with an individual switch to turn them off and on when you need extra light. We've got our ceiling lights, which we'll talk about later on when we come to the front of the van. But what I want to talk to you first of all is making the most comfortable part even more comfortable, is making your bed. So the first thing you need to do is get rid of this table. So you undo the little latch by here and pull the table itself off the bracket. Pop him out of the way by here. And then we come down to the actual bracket itself. And the same thing again. Twist this bracket up, swivel the black leg out, and you're ready to make your bed. And how you make your bed, I'll just pop this table out of the way, here and here, is just under the cushions here. There's a flip over lid system, and these lids just lift up, flip over and fill the void in the centre to make up your bed. Just pop this one back there. And then you've got these cushions which will go in the centre. So you've got a backrest cushion by here and another backrest cushion by here, so they will make up your bed. And if the last little infill one will go just by here on the end. We'll leave that as a little puzzle when you're working it out in the night. So just pop our table back out of the way by here, and the leg out of the way by here too. Next compartment then we've got is our cooker. So in here we've got our Ninja air fryer, and how we operate this one, if you have got an air oven in the house, you'll be quite familiar, but if not, you just simply turn it on and the oven comes on. You then select your function, so which item you want to cook with. We normally just leave it on the pizza, to be honest, and adjust the time, so whether you want it for 8 minutes or more or less, and your temperature, whether you want it 200 degrees or 180 is the norm. And then when you're ready to start cooking, press the start button and that'll heat up. With that, it does get pretty hot, so we always recommend leaving the door open if you can, but it has got plenty of ventilation to be closed while you are cooking. And then when you're all done with that, press the stop button. Under here then you've got a little bit more storage space, and in here we utilise the space for your heated blanket, windscreen cover and your pots and pans. And then with the pots and pans you can use them on your induction hob. So with the induction hob you've got two zones, zone 1 and zone 2. To turn it on, press the power button. Then you select whether you want the closest zone to you, which is this one, or the zone furthest away from you, which is that one. So if we select the zone closest to me, there, it's now on 0, and we just glide our finger over the symbols by here to turn the percentage or the temperature up and down. And then what that'll do is shout at me now because it hasn't got any hobs on there, so it doesn't work or get hot unless you've got a hob on there. So that's come up with that error just for there. And when we're done, same as normal, turn that off. Then we've got our 85 litre fridge by here, so open that, and as you can see, ample storage from top to bottom on that one. And then we've got our utensil drawer, so you keep your pots, pans, plates and all the bits and bobs. No pans, sorry, they're in the other cupboard. Plates and all the other bits and bobs go in there. Then we have our sink, so removable chopping board, tap just by here, and then you've got your on, and the further you tap it, the hotter the water gets, cooler down, and you're off. So pop that just back out of the way. Speaking of hot water, what I'll show you next is how to turn on our heating and hot water. So we've got our Truma boiler system on this one, as we've already seen. Touch the screen just to bring it to life, and what we then do is tap and lock. You've got two options essentially. You can set up your phone and that if you keep in the van for a couple of days. You've got room climate, which is blown hot air, or hot water. With room climate, it'll also heat the water at the same time, or you can just have the hot water if you wanted to. So for now, we'll go into room climate. Do you want to just blow the air around, so circulate the air with ventilation, or do you want to actually enable heating? And we want to enable heating. And next up is your options to select your temperature. So what you've got at the bottom is currently is 14 degrees, and the target is 21 degrees. You can adjust that to suit you. Once it's all set, you see the red ring around here, so that's registered that you want it to turn on. It'll now start the boiler up, and the diesel heater, sorry, and start heating up your water and blown air. And when you're done with the heating, just tap the power button in the top corner by here, and it all goes off. So we've got lighting, a puck light just in the top corner up by here, and what this one enables you to do is adjust the lighting inside the van. So if we tap on the on button, our strip lighting comes on, and we're into our dimmer mode, so you can dim them down or lighten them right up. And then we can change the colours of these by hitting on the colour palette by here. Double tap and you get your multi-colours. We turn that around and play with the colours. And when you're done playing with all the colours, double tap once again, sorry, single tap to get your white colours, double tap for colour. So that's a single tap to get your whites back, and they're back into dimmer mode. And then when you're done with the lights, you've got the off button just by there to turn them off. So it's on and off, and a little magnetic catch for it there to keep them all nice and safe. Overheads then, you've got your overhead storage, open storage and more overhead storage. In here we typically keep the projector. So with this one we've got a mount built into the ceiling. Open this for your own display. So this little mount will slot into the slot on the ceiling just by here. And then we will mount or screw on the Nebula projector onto there. With a remote then, if you've got a Fire Stick, Android TV or anything similar, set it up to the hotspot on your phone or with the modem provided to watch your Netflix and all the other online TV. Pop that just out of the way, and you'll display that on your projector screen, which just at the back of the van. Pull down on the screen, and there's your cinema room. And to operate the blinds, it's quite self-explanatory on these ones. Pull the lovely van shade toggles down, and you've got that privacy. So I say a very, very brief tour. We'll go through the full brief when you collect the van, but this will give you a little insight into what you're looking forward to on your next adventure. So thanks for booking with Cymru Camper Furniture, and we can't wait for you to try our Crafty Crafter.